Okay, guys, this is the top 10. This is the good stuff. It's time for the good stuff. So, in case you didn't know already, I'm Shawn.
This is Drew.
And we are going to count down our top 10 picks of the week. This is not counting any DC. No lunar stuff is in this video. That was in the other video you guys already watched. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like, and comment your like number, and you will win all of my picks, all of my glorious top picks. You shall be winning them if the odds are in your favor. So, without any further ado, let's get cracking. You ready?
I want to say real quick, this was by far the strangest week.
It was
so far for me ever.
I had a lot of skip it's and miss.
Yes.
There's been many weeks where it's been I don't know how I could do top 20. They're so good.
Yeah.
This week I had maybe a top 11 with the Sumerian being bumped out going into a med just because I ran out of room for that. But it was the top 10 are pretty solid though. But after that, they just really drop off for the week. Yeah. Okay, so number 10.
Number 10.
You ready?
Let's do it. Here we go. Yep.
All right, you picked the Sumerian. That was my 11, basically. So you love this book.
I love this book.
Tell us why you love this book.
It's a very fun, violent, engaging read. It's very quick. It has a great conclusion. I love where it's going to go next. Yeah. Yeah, it comes full circle. Those pirates who are chasing him in the very beginning.
Yeah.
And
I like how he makes them.
Yeah.
How he gets their allegiance. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I love the back matter, reading the original text.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of this, I actually read the original text. There's about 3 or 4 pages of the original text that they made the comic from. It's fantastic.
It's by far the best Conan comic out right now. Yeah. You guys got to read this.
100%.
It's very fun.
So Weapon X, Alpha Flight is mine. I like the story. This Heroes Reborn is so freaking good. I keep saying it. There hasn't been a bad one that I've read.
Okay.
Well,
so I had one.
The one I didn't like the Shutterbug, the Peter Parker Shutterbug, but I've liked pretty much all of them. They've been great. I'm gonna talk more about the rest of it here in a little bit, and I really like the story. There's I gotta say, Wolverine has died many ways. This is probably the most terrifying.
Yes.
And what's the word I'm looking for?
Best,
terrifying.
It's the best. And like, oh, this is great. This is terrific.
Heartless, brutal, savage way he's ever died.
Yeah. Anything Garth Ennis ever did to him does not match what happens in this.
Yeah. Who wrote this again? This guy found a way.
Ed Brisson. Yeah.
He found a way to kill Wolverine in a very creative, terrifying, savage way.
I'm grinning ear to ear thinking about it. I love it.
There's a couple great twists in this you're not expecting. It's really good. I really liked it. And it does what it's supposed to do is it enhances the universe that we're in with this Heroes Reborn universe.
And not just that, but it entertains you. It's entertaining.
Oh, it's very entertaining, yeah.
That's what a comic is supposed to do, entertain you.
I agree. Which is why I had so many skip-its. Okay. Next, number 8. The Ocho.
The Ocho. Boom. Covered by.
Okay, covered by. I know she strategically covered up the Bazumbas there.
Yes, it did.
So, go ahead.
I forget what the title of this is called.
Arcania or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
This is issue 5. To be fair, I didn't want to review it because I haven't read 1 through 4. Only reason it showed up on my radar because it's a cover by Lucio Purio. Yes. It's written by John Dollyman, drummer for System of a Down, owner of Torpedo Comics. Great guy. Yeah. I didn't want to be unfair to him because I haven't read any of his other stuff and be like, oh, I don't know what's happening. Of course not. You didn't read the rest of them. But I thumbed through it. The art looks solid. Yeah. I love you got Lucio on the cover. It's a good cover. Solid cover.
Sexy and terrifying. This guy with the drill and her naked with the mascara running down. And
you'll never see that in the comic world. No. Woman in distress, bondage cover. Never see that be published. So good on him for the concept and for making that happen.
Yes.
I really like this Time Before Time. They set up an interesting world. There's something happens where you're going, oh crap. There's no crap moment when he sees his friend again. And then at the very end, it jumps.
Oh, did you read number 2?
No.
That's number 1. Number 2 came out.
Yeah.
Number 2. I reviewed number 2. You just reviewed number.
Oh man. Well, hey, I really like number 1. This is what happens when I'm gone for 2 weeks. I miss stuff. I really like number 1.
Yes, number 1 is good. Number 1 is good.
I can't wait to read number 2 now.
It was in my top 10. Yeah, so
I'm excited to read it. Your number 2 is a skip it, right?
No, it was a met. It was a met.
Oh, it was a met. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, crap.
It had the unfortunate circumstance.
I wasted a top 10 on a second print of number 1 that I didn't realize number 2 was out. So the Sumerian will jump back in here. Anyway, it's good. If you haven't read it, based on his review, I also liked it. So you need to pick it up. And I'll let you know, I think, of number 2, probably when number 3 comes out. Okay. All right, next one.
Silver Coin.
Yeah, I got this one. Okay, so I'll start with Clone Saga. I love this. It's a great continuation of the story. It's really good. We get the origin of the clones. There's another first appearance of the guy. It's kind of a cameo of the guy who makes the clones. And you get to know the clones a little better. It becomes a little more scary. I love the writing in this because Miles is just, he's trying to talk with them. He really is. Like, he is trying to deal with the situations the way you would expect, instead of just like punching his way out of something or being a whiny little girl like Spider-Man is. He tries to logic and reason. He sincerely wants to help and do good. And the clones are actually kind of scary when you start to get to know them a little better. I really like this issue. I really enjoyed this issue. The Clone Saga so far, Miles Morales, is not disappointing at all. Silver Coin.
Silver Coin, number 3. Once again, Ed Brisson wrote this chapter right here.
Man, so I'll talk about it because it's coming up.
This one, so the last one was creepy as shit at the summer camp. This one was weird as shit.
Yes.
So I had to go through this 4 times because maybe I was reading too much into this. I don't know. I was left confused. Do we get an answer as to who controls the coin at the end of this?
No.
And okay, I thought
it's a mystery.
Okay, and
this is crazy weird. Issue.
Yes,
it's weird. You're like, what's happening? You think you know what's happening, and then you don't. And then you're like, oh crap, I can't believe that happened. Like, okay, now I think I know what's happening. And you're like, oh crap, now I don't know. And that was an oh crap moment.
Yes.
It's a great story, man. It's told in a very linear and very scary way. The art is great, haunting art. And at the end, you're kind of going,
it's like, wait, what?
I can't wait to read the next one.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What's great is that they all take place in different times with the coin.
Yeah.
This was terrific about it.
Yeah. So, great solid number 7s. Okay, number 6.
Oh, that was number 8.
Number's 8?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Number 7.
7.
Number 7. I got Heroes Reborn, number 7.
I have Fantastic Four. So you skipped this one.
Yeah.
So you kind of what you expect happens at weddings in the hero world, right? Things don't go as they planned. Big surprise. The way things don't go as they planned, Doom legitimately tries to do the right thing in this book. The Fantastic Four legitimately try to do the right thing in this book. One thing screws it up for everybody. And when it's screwed up, it all goes to hell. And I love the dialogue. I like how it all comes together. I actually really, really enjoyed this. I like the way Doom was written. They treated him the way I think Doom, because Doom isn't, I hate to say this, he is a bad guy, right? But he's not like an evil bad guy.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's like one of those kind of, you can see him teaming up with them to.
He's the Black Adam of the Marvel Universe.
Yes, great analogy. Yeah. Great analogy. He is. And he acts the way you would expect. I feel like the characters are written really well, which was a surprise for Slott. And I really liked it. The cover's great. I enjoyed it. You should read it. It's fun. Go for it.
Heroes Reborn once again. Number 7. This was a very fun read. But what's disappointing for me on this way would have been higher. This felt like a let's wrap it up issue. Let's wrap things up before the final fight.
Okay.
That's what it felt like going through this. I'm like, unfortunately, I don't want this to end. I want this to keep going.
Yeah.
And this is gold. And Marvel had no idea about this. Or they did and just did this sarcastically.
God,
I don't know.
We keep complaining about that. Why didn't they promote it better?
Yeah.
But you know what? When they did promote it, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Everybody hated on it.
Yeah.
Without even reading it.
I did.
It's gonna suck. Marvel's grasping at straws. No fresh ideas. This is a very, very, very fresh idea. They just picked a poor name for it. They picked such a poor name for it.
Yeah.
Like they picked a name that reminisced back to a botched relaunch back in the 90s. Like
which the omnibus came out, this
week. I just got it this week.
Enough.
Yeah, I got it's a cool cover for it.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go back and reread some of those stories, just to see if they were as terrible as I remember them being. The barrel chested, we got the barrel chested Captain America. Yeah, the barrel chested. Layfeld cover. So I love it too.
Yeah.
It's coming up in my stack.
Yes.
I loved it.
Good.
It's fun. It's super good.
Yeah.
They're starting to figure out what's happening, right? The Squadron Supreme's starting to figure it out, and then they finally cracked. You see more of Coulson, right? I can't believe Coulson was. I didn't really realize he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
Until like this series, he's a bad guy,
and he does some messed up stuff in this. He
takes
out 2 guys. It's like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah, big WTF moment there. You're going, whoa.
That's because this is the end of that Heroes Reborn.
It's so good.
This is it.
It's so good.
They could have done this for a whole year. They could have done this for 2 years.
The main series, they could make this an entire universe, like the Ultimate Universe, and have separate series running for it, and I will be 100% on board.
Take Marvel, take my money now. Please, take it. Please. I'm giving you my money, my wallet. I'll give you my credit card now. We're
trying to support you with our dollars and our reviews.
Want to give you my money. Come on.
Buy Heroes Reborn, guys. Do it. Super good. Okay.
7 Swords.
Silver Coin. I already talked about it. It was super good. I loved it. Creepy, amazing, awesome. Go buy it. Read it. You're going to love it.
So I love classic literature. And I love Three Musketeers. And we get...
You do love Three Musketeers. And Zorro.
You love Zorro. I love pulp tales. I love the Dare-Do tales. I love the classic romance stories, like how Batman is a romance type story.
Yep.
It's kind of like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but with swashbucklers, swordsmen. They're trying to unite together against the Cardinal, who is the evil villain in the Three Musketeers. And they're uniting swordsmen, both fictional and non-fictional, in this to fight him. And he's got some devilish plans, the Cardinal does. I enjoyed this. It was very fun.
I could barely read it. It's a total skip it for me. So if you like Drew's picks, there you go. You like the stuff that he likes, pick it up. If you tend to side with me, the stuff that I tend to like more, maybe skip it.
If you enjoy the Three Musketeers, if you enjoy the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, you'll enjoy this. Yes.
I don't like any of those things, so.
You know League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
It's okay. I mean, I'm not going to watch it again.
Well, no. Did you read it by Alan Moore?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get into it.
Oh.
I thought it was kind of weak sauce. I never really enjoyed it. I was thinking of that movie. What's that movie?
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
No. I know. You're right, it is. But there's a recent one that came out, the British fancy movie with the secret spies, and just forgot about it. Totally reminds me of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, even though it has nothing to do with it. It just reminds me
Kingsman?
Kingsman.
Okay.
Yes, totally reminded me of that. I didn't like any of those things. I don't know how Kingsman came up. Anyway. Okay, you liked it. I think it's terrible. Do what you will, buy what you like, collect what you want.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Jupiter's Legacy. Yeah.
So I already talked about this. Yes, loved it. Buy it. Heroes Reborn. It's amazing. Buy it. Get it. Love it. Get it. Now, I didn't read that as well as I should have, so I didn't. I'm not going to review it.
Okay.
So please tell me what's up.
So this is a follow-up to the series, the original series from 5 years ago at this point.
Yeah, it's not a follow-up to the TV show.
No. Yeah.
If you like the Netflix, like I did, watch it on Netflix, guys. Search for Jupiter's Legacy. I binged it in 2 nights. It's awesome. Great comic series. So it's not a sequel to that.
No, it's a follow-up to that. It's showing you years later what's happened to the kids, the siblings, what's happened to the brother. And
now there's several covers. This is the TV cover from the TV series.
Yeah, Timothy Olyphant looks great in that cover.
Yeah.
So we get an answer. We get an answer to what happened when they first go to the island and they get to get their powers. And it's like, whoa. Step back, rewind it back. Let's get what just happened here.
Yeah, I saw that.
And there's a great moment with Sky Fox when this basketball player wants to buy his original costume. And it is the dialogue in that scene is fantastic. I was laughing.
I missed that.
Jessica was looking at me when I was laughing reading it. It is terrific.
I have to check that out. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't read as well as I should have. Now I will say this: how much is this? Do you know how much this is?
I think $5.99.
Yes, this is a thick issue. This is like a double size issue, no commercials in it. This is $6 worth of comic right here. This is a hefty duty comic book
with one solid art team, one writer. And it's amazing what you can do for only $6 instead of $9.99.
I am gonna go back and read it. I didn't have time, and I was overreading by that point. Okay.
Oh, you didn't talk about Heroes Reborn?
I did. It's awesome. Buy it.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, I jumped in with you. It's fantastic. Everybody should read it. Great story.
Okay,
next,
number 4, Planet Size X-Men.
I'm glad you picked that. So I'll talk about Berserker first because I'll jump on with him with Planet. It's like I'm one behind you and everything. Berserker. Once again, it's fantastic. It doesn't disappoint. I'm sure it's coming up in his. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. I'll punch him if it's not in there. It's just so good. Again, this is how I'm not losing interest by issue 3. I'm becoming more involved by issue 3. They're really trying to figure out his origin. We're let a little more into his brain, what's going on. He's been a murdering machine from the dawn of time, basically. Yeah. And of course, science teams are going to want to crack that code and figure out what's going on. It doesn't disappoint in the violence aspect of it. I hated the way it ended, though. I was like, I hate the way it ended because I just didn't want it to end. Yeah. I was like, give me more. I want double size issues of this stuff, man. Keep it coming, please. It's so good.
I would say sooner, too, instead of like, 2 months? The last one came out, 2 months ago at this point?
Yeah, keep them coming.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Boom, right? This is Boom. Yeah, come on, Boom. Bring the Boom. More Boom. Okay, let's talk about this amazing book.
I was shocked.
Yes.
How good this was. I was legitimately shocked. I'm reading this and like, are we seeing the birth of a planet more or less?
There's a reason why it's called Planet Size X-Men.
Yes, literally, yeah. In the title.
We're not going to spoil anything.
Wow.
Right? However, you get to see Omega level mutants using their power the way you've never seen it happen before. And my jaw was almost hanging open the whole time I'm reading this. Yeah. And it's like
I was
just
reading
wow.
I'm reading it this morning. I'm like, am I actually enjoying this? And I'm actually thinking about how they're making a planet right now. This is step by step.
The art is beautiful.
Yes,
so
it is.
You see why the Hellfire Gala even happened for this. I feel like that Hellfire Gala was just such a
letdown.
Yeah, who gives a crap? Anyway, this is fantastic. And I cannot this has me reinvigorated for the X-Men again.
Yeah.
To read what's gonna happen. Now I can kind of see where X-Men #1 solicitations make sense. Right? Oh, here's what's gonna happen in X-Men 1. Like, oh, okay, because this happened in here. So now this can happen in X-Men #1. It kind of makes a little more sense. You can kind of see the dots connecting a little better now. And this is great.
Yeah,
get every cover. They're fantastic.
Honestly, I was reading this. I'm thinking, man, Hickman did a great job. Hickman didn't write this. This was Jerry Duggan who wrote this. I'm like, what? Duggan? Yeah. Savage Avengers, Spidey webbing up Conan's butt. Jerry Duggan?
By the third page,
I
was like, this is Hickman, right? And I checked, and I was like, it's not. Very, great story.
Yes,
great story.
Jerry, this is probably the best stuff you've ever done right here, man. Holy crap.
Okay, next one.
Number 3.
3.
Berserker.
Yeah, we're like one behind each other here. Yeah. So go ahead. I talked about Berserker, so go ahead.
It just continues the legacy of the character that Keanu plays in this, more or less, is. And you see how he interacts with his parents, why he's doing what he's doing. And we see the scientists kind of playing with his biology a little bit. They're trying to learn some things. It does not hold back on the violence. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's still good.
It's great.
Damn good.
Great. Ultra Mega. Holy crap! This has not taken the foot off the gas since issue 1. This, I'm sure you're going to talk about
Yes,
it.
I will.
This is so freaking good. It's so good. There are so many moments where you're like, what the F? And you're laughing and smiling, but also like horrified at the same time. Like, how did this guy think of this?
Yes.
I cannot wait. James Harren.
He is a genius. He is a legit genius.
He wrote it. He drew it.
Yes.
I think he colored it.
Probably.
He did almost. Like, wow. Ultra Mega is. You guys need to be reading this series. Go find issue 1. Buy the second prints, third prints, fourth prints. If this doesn't turn into some kind of an anime or an Amazon series, shame on the universe and the money guys, because this is, if they did a rated R version of this exactly like it's done, it would go bananas and everybody would love it. It's got to happen one of these days. And I don't ever want the series to end, because this is another oh crap moment where you're like, you don't possibly think how anything cool could happen after issue 3. No. And everything gets even cooler and more amazing. Yes. I'm just so in love with this series. You gotta read Ultra Mega. I've been preaching it. Preaching it from issue 1. You gotta read Ultra Mega.
Especially issue 3. I loved issue 3. And this one is just as great. Yeah, I'll get to my.
I missed issue 3. I had to go back and read it before I read this. So I read 3 and 4 back to back, and I was just the whole time like, oh. And then I looked at my stack and I was like, oh, now I got to read these other comics too. Like, I should save this for last. Okay, go ahead with. Oh, you're talking about Berserker. All right. Number 2.
I got Weapon X.
Oh man, you put that way up there.
I love this damn book.
Okay, so I just picked this cover for Planet Size X-Men because this cover to me really sums up what happens in the issue. Like, this pretty much talks about what happens in the issue. The X-Men, oh my God, thank you.
Jerry, yes, thank you. Holy crap.
I've loved the X-Men ever since Hickman redid it.
I haven't. I've been on the opposite end.
I absolutely loved it. The House of X and Powers of X have probably been one of the best stories ever written in the X-Men. The way it's told, how it all comes back around based on Maury McTaggart. Absolutely fantastic. And then it kind of dropped off a little bit. The war between Krakoa and Kuroka, that was kind of cool. The other Krakoa that got separated. Yeah. That was really cool. With the Apocalypse storyline, actually kind of brought it back, and then it kind of started fading it, and then this just saved it. And I can't wait to see what happens next. I'm all in on the X-Men once again. Go for it, sir.
I loved Weapon X Final Flight. This was fantastic. Yeah. This team is more or less composed of the survivors of Alpha Flight, and they're all on the run from the Squadron Supreme. Apparently, they've more or less decimated Canada.
Yeah, Canada's been pretty much destroyed.
They're trying to survive, and they may or may not have a traitor in the group in the midst.
There's a twist.
There's a twist. Fun, action-packed, and it also had that constant, overwhelming sense of dread, knowing it's not going to go well for these guys. Knowing it's not going to end well.
You know they're just effed from the beginning. And the way they get effed up is, especially like we said, Wolverine. It's like, what a terrifying way to die.
And we learned how Hyperion died originally. We see who took him down.
Yeah, they keep hinting about that happening, and it's like, oh, that's how he croaked the first time.
So maybe may or may not get his revenge on who did it to him.
Yeah, there's some revenge. Yeah. All right, and then number one, it's going to be totally different.
Star Wars. Never mind.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Ultra Mega.
Oh, okay, Ultra Mega, and I got Venom. Yeah. Okay, so go and talk about Ultra Mega. I'll wrap it up with Venom.
So I have a 1A and 1B for my favorite series of the year. Stray Dogs is 1A. This is 1B.
Wow.
Ultra Mega.
You put Stray Dogs way up there.
I love Stray Dogs and I love Ultra Mega. These two have been solid, fun reads every single issue. We get the return of the Ultra Mega and the return of someone else at the very, very end too, which was kind of shocking.
Very shocking.
Yeah. And the new Ultra Mega has already learned what some of those costs would be when he gets the power too, which is, oh crap! I did not see that coming.
Well, yeah, and you get to see the mother, the demons call her mother, which is she's already scary.
Yes,
and then she gets terrifying. Like, oh, it's so good.
This comic is bloody, nasty, horrific, hilarious, violent, over the top, and I love it. I cannot wait for the next story arc. Fantastic.
Great description. I couldn't agree with you more. Okay, Venom. So we find out what happens to Eddie after he defeats Null. and now he is what happened. He's basically a god pretty much. And it shows what's happened to him, and it's not without consequence. Like, it's very heavy and deep what happens to Eddie. And boy, when Donny Cates wraps up his run, there's no doubt he has wrapped up this storyline. Eddie's been through the ringer, and what's great is that you realize, like, this whole storyline, it hasn't really been about Donnie's so good at this. So his country, I just guy's brain farted it. The sword. I want to say God's country. Anyway, it's not about the sword. It's about the grandpa that has amnesia, and the sword gives him back his. It's not about all the stuff, all the fantastic stuff that happens. It's a human story. This Venom has clearly been a very human story about Eddie and his son. And the story's been about Eddie and his son, and all this other stuff, gods and symbiotes and all this other stuff that's been happening. It comes all back around full circle. And it's about Eddie and his son. And it's a key because, and it's so funny because Donnie even puts it in the dialogue, and he says, you don't have to be a god to have seen this coming. And I'm not going to spoil it. I'm sure you guys already know, but Dylan does what everyone thought Dylan was going to do. And it's really cool. He replaces webs with something else, which is also super cool, which is a nod. And he even says that a nod to Todd McFarlane way back when we talked about making Spawn. Look it up on the internet.
There's also a title of one of the crossover issues. I think.
Yeah. Kids like chains. Kids love chains. Look, there's some say like, some say love. I don't remember what the original quote was, but it's really good. And he leads up to the maker is still out there, and the Council of Reeds is still out there. So that's the storyline thread that Donnie kind of left hanging out there for someone else to pick up and run with.
If they choose to.
I really enjoyed it. The art is kind of all over the place, and it was annoying because after watching Stegman's art for so long, this starts off with art was just a total dud. And it picks up a little bit in a little ways through, but I'm just like, oh, come on, man. I'm used to opening it up and seeing just Stegman, boom, 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 page after page of just home run, amazing art, just everywhere, details. And then this starts off with it, man. It's like, come on, man. So anyway, huge hit. I loved it. Great way to end up the run. I think arguably Donnie's going to have one of the best runs in Venom for a very, very, very long time. It's going to be very hard to match this run in Venom. He hasn't disappointed the fans. He hasn't let us down. It's been a fun roller coaster ride. We've seen lots of different things happening, and I'm excited to see what he does with the Hulk. And Al Ewing is taking over Venom. So super stoked.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I really think that's probably the best. That's the definitive Venom run, honestly, that he's done.
Yeah, arguably, I would totally agree with that. So, guys, 1 in 50, J. Scott Campbell. We'll be giving one of these away also with this video. So not only do you get to win all of my picks, but you also can win a Venom 200 J. Scott Campbell 1 in 50 ratio variant. You're going to want to have it. So we're going to have linked in here. Lots of different stuff going on. Stand by for some more announcements. We're trying to do our giveaway video on Friday. Check out Merc Magazine's Kickstarter. I got my Merc shirt on. Merc Magazine's Kickstarter going on. More hot covers have been released. You're going to see them. And that's about it, man. In order to win my stuff, you got to, of course, like the video, comment your like number, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Hit the notification bell.
Hit the notification bell. I'm going to end the video.
Buy what you like. Click what you want. Don't listen to the haters.
That's right. See you guys next time. Thanks.